Imagine spending New Year's Eve in the warmth of your home, surrounded by family, laughter, and the comforting glow of holiday lights. The Johnsons thought they were in for a peaceful night, a fresh start to a new year. But as the clock crept toward midnight, an unexpected call shattered their sense of safety. What started as a celebration quickly turned into a nightmare they couldn't escape. Because sometimes, the things we fear the most aren't outside our doors. They're already inside. The Johnson family had planned a quiet, peaceful New Year's Eve. A night away from the crowds, a night at home. The warmth of the fire filled their home, the flickering lights dancing across the room. It was supposed to be a perfect night. The scent of cinnamon and pine filled the air, mingling with the crackling warmth of the fire. Outside, the world lay in stillness, covered in a blanket of snow, the only sound the occasional rustling of the trees in the cold breeze. Inside, the family was safe, wrapped in the comfort of their home together. It was the kind of night they'd always dreamed of, peaceful, filled with love, and untouched by the world outside. Or so they thought. The countdown to midnight was only minutes away. Excitement filled the air, but in the back of their minds, a strange feeling began to settle in. Something wasn't quite right. The house, usually so full of life, now felt eerily quiet, as if waiting for something to happen. As the clock struck midnight, they raised their glasses to a fresh start. But just as the sound of their cheers filled the room, the phone rang. A sudden, jarring sound that cut through the joy, leaving a silence in its wake. It wasn't a call from a friend or family. It was the landline, the one that had been gathering dust for years. The number that showed up on the caller ID was their own. Jason felt a chill run down his spine as the phone rang louder, as though urging him to answer.
Hello?
A voice faint and cold whispered into the phone. Names one by one. Jason, Sarah, Lily, Ben. Then came the chilling words.
Jason, Sarah, Lily, Ben, I'll be there soon.
The call ended as abruptly as it had started, leaving only the unsettling words in the air. Jason turned to Sarah. "Who was that?" he asked. She didn't know either. Their hearts raced as an uneasy silence settled over them. Ben, ever the skeptic, dismissed it as a prank. But Lily, sensing something deeper, wasn't convinced. Something in the air felt off. As they all tried to shake off the unease, a sudden noise from upstairs made their blood run cold.
I'll go check it out.
Jason headed upstairs, trying to shake off the sense of dread that clung to him. But as he passed the guest room, he felt something move in the corner of his vision. His pulse quickened. It was as if something was watching him from the shadows. Suddenly, the sound of a crash echoed through the house. Jason rushed down, his heart pounding in his chest. Something was wrong. Something was in the house. The crash came from the kitchen, but it was too loud, too violent to ignore. The kitchen was in chaos. It looked like something or someone had violently thrown everything around, and that's when they saw it, a photograph, an old, faded picture that didn't belong there. A photograph, one they had never seen before, appeared on the kitchen counter. It showed their family from years ago, but there was someone in the background, someone they didn't recognize. The figure in the photo seemed to stare right at them, a cold, unblinking gaze. A knock at the door, but no one was there. The cold wind poured in, carrying with it a voice that Jason knew too well. It was as if the voice had followed them, echoing through the house.
I told you I'd be there soon.
The door slammed shut, the room going deathly still. But the unease, the dread, it wasn't over. Whatever had been watching them was no longer hidden in the shadows. It was there, in the room with them. They were no longer alone, and the presence in the house made itself known in the deepest corners of their minds. And they realized one horrifying truth. They weren't alone. Whatever had called had been there all along. Sometimes what we fear most is already inside. It hides in plain sight, in the shadows of our rooms, in the whispers of the wind, and in the spaces we dare not look. The Johnsons thought they were safe, surrounded by warmth and light. But safety is only an illusion when the unknown is already there, watching, waiting. Some doors don't need to be opened, they've never been closed. And some fears don't knock, they creep in unnoticed, settling deep where they can't be escaped. Because the scariest truths aren't the ones outside, they're the ones we carry with us, even when we think we're alone. If this story gave you chills, make sure to subscribe for more haunting tales that stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Explore another bone-chilling story on the channel now, if you dare. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss what's hiding in the shadows. And remember, the scariest stories are often closer than you think.